We are continuing our coverage of the deadly officer-involved shooting that happened in Clear Creek Township Tuesday night. The police chief and the Ward County prosecutor just revealing new details this afternoon about what led up to that shooting. Investigators say Officer Eric Ney was shot in the head while responding to a domestic violence call. The police chief saying Officer Ney was up and walking today, but cautions he still has a long road to recovery. Allison Walker was at today's news conference. And Allison, what are you learning about this investigation now?
Well, Megan, while police originally thought that Evers died when that other responding officer returned fire, they're now working to determine if Evers committed suicide. We know at this point that Evers was shot multiple times and he had a close contact gunshot wound to his head in addition to a gunshot wound to his torso. And right now BCI is trying to figure out the sequence of those gunshots. Police say when they arrived, Evers took off on an ATV. Now take a listen to hear more details about what led up to the shooting.
There was some phone calls with him on the phone, trying to get him to come back up to talk with us. He finally agreed to come back up to the front of the farm on the gator and speak to us, but he wanted the officers to remain 10 foot away from him while he did that. Officer Ney starts to walk around the front of it. He pulls the gun, and it looks like he fires 2 shots at that point in time to Officer Ney, striking Officer Ney in the head. Officer Ney goes down and is incapacitated at that time. Sergeant Cordero engages him with gunfire at that point, and this whole thing takes about 10-15 seconds and it's over.
So, Allison, did police say whether or not Evers has a history of violence?
Yes, while police say they believe there have been no previous domestic violence calls between Evers and his wife, officers have previously responded to neighborhood disputes involving Evers and firearms. Police say that BCI is investigating whether or not Evers purchased those firearms illegally. And BCI tells me that this investigation could take weeks. But be sure to tune in tonight at 6:30 on Fox 45 to learn more details about this tragic situation.
Allison, thanks so much. 2 people involved in the workplace murder-suicide that happened at SK Foods in Groveport near Columbus this week have now been identified. Police say Delent Agnord and Misland Azar shot her Monday morning in a warehouse. Now, Azar was taken to the hospital in critical condition where she later died. Investigators say Agnord took off from that scene and climbed a utility pole. He died after coming into contact with power lines. We're told both were born in Haiti and were unlawfully entered into the United States. Azar was a mother of 3 children who lived in the Dominican Republic. People who live in a quiet Claremont County neighborhood say that they heard gunshots overnight. Now 2 members of their community are dead. As David Winter reports, the sheriff is now investigating what appears to be a double homicide.
The crime scene tape still up here at the Richmond Estates Mobile Home Park, where 2 men were found dead here in Ohio Township this morning at about 2 a.m. It happened in the trailer that's behind me. You can see investigators are still combing through, picking up evidence, speaking to neighbors, trying to figure out exactly what happened. Take a look at the trailer that's next door. That is where the 911 call came from. A woman apparently just before 2 a.m. heard 2 gunshots and then had her son walk across to the next door neighbor to see what may have happened. That's where 2 men were found deceased. We talked to a neighbor a couple of minutes ago who said that she is just devastated by what happened.
Had a big old 4th of July block party out here just a couple weeks ago that they had put on for us with about 2 hours worth of entertainment and fireworks for all the kids and stuff.
Seem like nice people.
They were really good people, and it's really an unfortunate situation.
The Claremont County Sheriff's Office is taking the lead on this. They have not talked about motive, and they have not released at this point in the day the names of the deceased. Reporting from Ohio Township in Claremont County, this is David Winter. Back to you.
Tonight, the FDA has authorized the Novavax COVID-19 vaccine. It's a protein-based shot that's supposed to trigger an immune response to build up a person's defenses. Novavax has been approved for adults 18 and older and is given as 2 doses 3 weeks apart. Next week, independent CDC vaccine advisors still have to meet for a final recommendation. Then the CDC director has to give approval. The Biden administration has already ordered more than 3 million doses. And 780,000 more monkeypox vaccines could be ready for U.S. distribution by the end of the month. But first, the FDA has to inspect and authorize the Danish vaccine plant where they're made. The federal government has been criticized for a lack of supply here in the United States, as CDC numbers show more than 1,050 cases in the U.S. and Puerto Rico. Well, it was another sunny and gorgeous day here in the Miami Valley. Now all eyes are on the weekend. Natalie here with a look at the days ahead. Natalie.
Yeah, we have some pretty nice weather across the area. Beautiful evening right now. Some clouds that have really started to develop. Can't completely rule out a shower, but most of us going to be dry through this evening. Currently sitting at 83 degrees, dew points right around 60, and winds pretty calm at this hour. Now we do have a nice night on the way for us. Temperatures currently even some upper 70s, 77 in Bellefontaine, 77 in Urbana. So if you wanted to maybe head out and do some grilling this evening, it's shaping up beautifully for that, with temperatures that are going to be in the lower 80s, upper 70s. Once that sun starts to set, should be another beautiful moon sight for this evening too. But coming up, I am talking about some rain chances building in. I'll let you know when coming up in just a bit.
Natalie, thanks. The House has passed an amended bill that could help millions of military members and veterans. Under the bill, military members exposed to toxic burn pits during their service would have the burden taken off of them to prove their exposure resulted in certain conditions. One lawmaker says this is going to make a big difference for veterans' health care, especially those who lived near burn pits while serving in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Somalia.
You might be at greater risk for some specific maladies, some cancers, and the VA needs to recognize that exposure, that toxic exposure, and get you the tests and the care that you need.
The bill passed with a vote of 342 to 88. And another new bill has passed the House and now heads to the Senate. It would create an Amber Alert type system for active shooter situations. Law enforcement officials will be able to deploy the alert system and notify the public about active shooters rather than using social media like they do right now. Most Republicans oppose the bill, arguing that it would stoke fear among the public. But the bill's sponsors say such a system could have been used at the shootings in Highland Park and also Brooklyn when the suspects were on the run for hours. Now, the supermarket in Buffalo where the mass shooting happened is now reopening its doors to the public. It's going to happen tomorrow. Just 2 months ago, 10 black people were shot and killed in a racist attack inside the Tops Friendly Market. Today, the company held a moment of silence and prayer to honor the victims, employees, and the community. The store has a memorial now for the victims and has been renovated with more security in place.
This is the day where we declare that hate did not win, that hate was defeated, that hate has no place in East Buffalo or in the great state of New York, and that this community drove out the darkness.
Now, some people in Buffalo say they'd rather see the site turned into a park or recreational center. However, because the Tops location is the only grocery store in the immediate area, others say it must remain open so the area doesn't continue as a food desert. Also today, a federal grand jury just returning an indictment charging the accused Buffalo shooter with 14 counts of federal hate crimes and 13 firearms offenses. He's also facing 20 state murder charges, to which he's already pleaded not guilty. Now, this starts the clock for the U.S. Attorney General to consider the death penalty. Well, tonight we have teamed up with For Love of Children to provide food to those in need. It all kicks off today at the Dayton Mall next to DSW. This food drive is all about helping to provide food to the Dayton Food Bank as they work to ensure area kids don't go hungry during these summer months while school is out. So my co-anchor Adam Arrow is live out there now. And Adam, what are you seeing? Hopefully full bins.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look. We got 2 full bins right here. We got even more inside a secure room right inside the entrance to the Dayton Mall. So I want to give you an idea, and you had mentioned it when you tossed out to me here, Megan, but we are in between the old Elder Bierman department store and the DSW store. And these bins are very clear to see here, of course, and I want to show you what's inside. But actually, before I do that, I want to tell you why it's important to donate. The Dayton Food Bank says 1 in 5 children in the Miami Valley are food insecure. That means they don't have consistent access to healthy foods, and they also can't live those healthy lives, of course, when they can't do that. So what we're doing is we're collecting food. This is going to the Dayton Food Bank to help fill in those gaps. And you can see a lot of these are packaged. A lot of them are in these cups or little packets, easier to make. And that's because we're told that, a lot of the kids over the summer, they don't necessarily have a grown-up nearby to help them make these meals. So this helps when they're in cups or they're ramen noodle packets or packets of oatmeal, that sort of thing. So all of it essential, all of it very important. These bins are going to be out here throughout the rest of the night tonight until the mall closes, and they're going to be right back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to continue to pick up donations. So if you'd like, stop on by. We're right in between the old Elder Beerman and DSW at the Dayton Mall, and we hope to see you here. Back to you, Megan.
All right, thanks so much, Adam. And as you just saw, those bins are full of food. But again, here's a list of things that you can donate. They include ramen noodle soup cups, macaroni and cheese cups, potato chips, peanut butter, oatmeal packs, and much more. Again, you can drop all this off starting today and again tomorrow. Well, if you take a look at the sidebar there, scrolling on your screen, you'll see we're working on a couple of stories for you right after the break. First, new numbers just out show how much inflation is hurting businesses. After the break, we're going to take a look at when inflation is expected to hit its peak. And the ultimate final salute given to a World War II hero. Up next, the nation's most distinguished honor just given to Herschel Woody Williams.
Plus, tracking weekend rain chances. I'll let you know when our dry times will be coming up. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
This week's new data shows consumer prices are rising at the fastest pace since 1981. The inflation rate increasing, reaching 9.1%. One economist says inflation is costing the typical American household $493 more per month just to buy the same goods and services they did this time last year. And this morning, we also got new numbers showing businesses are dealing with sharp increases in their wholesale costs as well. So how and when could the economy turn around?
I think you'll see it change sooner, quicker, more rapidly than it will take than most people think.
I think it is going to require quite significant dislocation in the economy.
So coming up at 6:30 on Fox 45, we're going to take a look at current examples of relief on the way, plus what action is being taken in Congress.
Well, quiet evening across the Miami Valley. Some clouds have managed to build in for us. In fact, some of those darker bottom cumulus clouds indicating a very small chance for a shower out there. But you can see mainly quiet here in our satellite and radar. Bigger picture not showing much in the way of activity surrounding our region thanks to high pressure pretty much settled right over us. Now, looking through time, we will track our next weather maker, a storm system just off to our west will begin to push its way through. So quiet as we start off tomorrow, but clouds build in by tomorrow afternoon and evening, and then a small chance for a shower by late tomorrow evening. Tomorrow night, that's when we'll see most of the rain. This does look like it's going to linger into our early Saturday, but we have another chance for rain on Sunday. I'll talk about that coming up.
Natalie, thanks. A live look at the U.S. Capitol now, where an American war hero is being honored and remembered tonight. Herschel Woodrow Williams, known as Woody, is the 7th private citizen to lie in honor at the Capitol Rotunda, the nation's most distinguished honor. He was the last living recipient of the Medal of Honor from World War II. Williams died last month at the age of 98.
The thing that drew a farm boy from West Virginia to a lifetime of patriotic service could best be described as a gravitational pull.
His story echoes the service of so many Americans who faced the horrors of war so that liberty might triumph over fascism.
Now, Williams is just the 38th person to lie at the Capitol Rotunda in U.S. history. Tonight, the U.S. is accusing Russia of committing war crimes against Ukrainian citizens. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says Russia has forcibly deported at least 900,000 Ukrainian citizens from their homes into Russian territory. Blinken says the deportations are unlawful and that they breach the 4th Geneva Convention. Russia says the 1.5 million Ukrainians were evacuated to Russia for their own safety. WNBA star Brittany Griner's trial in Russia continuing today. There was no verdict and it's going to resume tomorrow. This comes after she pleaded guilty to drug possession just last week. Griner was arrested at a Moscow airport in February after authorities said that they found 2 vape cartridges with cannabis oil inside her bag. Griner says she didn't mean to pack them and had no intent to break the law. She's been charged with drug smuggling. If convicted, Griner faces up to 10 years in Russian prison. The State Department says she's being wrongfully detained and is working to bring her home. A story now from our partners at the Dayton Business Journal. The executive director of a Dayton nonprofit is retiring. Mary Campbell Zopf held an 8-year tenure at the Muse Machine, which centers around art education. She helped secure significant funding and transformational growth prior to and during the pandemic. Well, a new unique classroom is now complete and ready to be used when students return to class next month. Genesis Narrows takes us to Highland Elementary School in Hamilton and gives us a first look at its new outdoor classroom.
It's a new area that'll connect learning with the outdoors. The outdoor classroom sits right in front of Highland Elementary School. Preschool through 6th grade students will be able to use it. This project was 10 months in the making, incorporating ideas from teachers and students backed by the support of district leaders. And come this fall, students will have a new space to think outside classroom walls.
This space is for anyone to use in any way they see fit. It's going to be an organic use and see what beg, borrow, and steal, those great things teachers do naturally, to see what we can use this space for, and if we want to expand, what that could look like too.
The outdoor classroom is funded through Hamilton's School Quality Improvement Grant, paired with a donation from the community. Back to you.
Wapakoneta is celebrating 50 years of space. Nathan Edwards shows us the fun happening there this weekend in honor of Neil Armstrong.
As we celebrate 50 years of the Armstrong Space Museum, they're celebrating the 2022 Summer Moon Festival this weekend, jam-packed full of events starting Friday here, costume astronaut photo opportunities throughout the day, which is super great for the kids, of course. Saturday, they got a 5K and a 10K. They have obviously a lot of stuff going on at the museum there as well. Then Sunday, they have inflatable rides located downtown. This is all in honor of Neil Armstrong, of course, Wapakoneta's native son. So head out to the Summer Moon Festival at the Armstrong Air and Space Museum, celebrating 50 years here in the Miami Valley.
Nathan, thanks. A live look now from our Kettering Health Skycam. It sure is a pretty day out there, Natalie. You're out on the exclusive Watson's Weather patio. Is it as nice as it looks?
It is really nice out here. In fact, our humidity is fairly comfortable at this time too. So really nice across the Miami Valley with temperatures that have been in the 80s. But I wanted to talk about our drought monitor, because taking a look at this, so our previous update of last week had most of us under abnormally dry conditions. Since that rain, now it's just our far western counties kind of taken out of that. Now looking through time though, we do have some more rain in the forecast. Here's a look at potentially how much we could see. Of course, we could have some higher total puddles, but this is indicating about 0.2 of an inch. This is through Sunday evening. So looking into these next couple of days, more rain is on the way, but Sunday night into Monday, another round. I'll talk about that with a look at your 7-day coming up.
Well, we are live outside the Dayton Mall, the food drive happening right now, and how it'll benefit local families.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now. Well, as we told you at the beginning of the show, we've teamed up with For Love of Children to provide food to those in need. It's just kicked off today at the Dayton Mall next to DSW, and this food drive is all about helping to provide food to the Dayton Food Bank as they work to ensure our area kids don't go hungry during these summer months while school's out of session. So we want to go back out to Adam now, who is live at the mall right now. Adam, how's it going again?
Well, it's been exciting, Megan, because these are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the donations we've gotten so far just today. There's more inside the Dayton Mall in a secured room. So I want to show you a little bit about what are in these bins right now. You can see a lot of pre-packaged meals, a lot of easy to open, easy to put together meals. And a big part of the reason for that is a lot of kids that are home for the summer might not have a grown-up around to help put those meals together. And that gives them that access to food. Because the Dayton Food Bank tells us that about 1 in 5 kids in the Miami Valley right now are food insecure, meaning they don't have that access to healthy food on a consistent basis. This will hopefully help bridge the gap over the summer months when they don't have that access to school meals while they're out of school. So right now we have this drive open. It is going to be going on until the Dayton Mall closes tonight, and then it's going to start up right back again at 6 a.m. tomorrow and will continue into the evening tomorrow. And again, our location, we are between the old Elder Beerman right here and the DSW right here. There's that entrance going into the Dayton Mall by the Chick-fil-A there. It's real easy to find us. Please drop these off and help some kids in the area. Back to you, Megan.
All right, thanks, Adam. And again, here's a list of things that you can donate. That includes ramen noodle soup cups, macaroni cheese cups, potato chips, peanut butter, oatmeal packs, and much more. Again, you're able to drop all this off tonight and again tomorrow.
Well, great day for tomorrow. A little bit more cloud cover than what we had for today, as we will see a weather maker begin to push its way in. But high temperatures tomorrow, they're going to be in the mid 80s, a little warmer, and then showers developing later into the day. So we are going to track the chance for showers, but I do think they're going to hold off until late into the evening. We'll have our southeasterly wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. So mowing the lawn next several days, shaping up all right. So tomorrow, I think for the most part, will be okay. It's not really until late into the evening that we do start to see rain chances make their way in. Start of the day on Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday, we're talking scattered rain chances through much of both of those days. So likely not the best days to get out and mow the lawn, but I do certainly think there will be dry time, especially as we head into the day on Saturday to do any yard work. But it's really that Sunday, Monday where our bigger rain chances arrive. So late showers tomorrow, early showers on Saturday, and then the bigger rain chances arrive on Saturday as well, or on Sunday, as well as for our Monday, with those temperatures that are going to be in the mid to upper 80s eventually by next week. So we do start a little bit of a warming trend by next week. We start to really climb with our high temperatures soaring closer to that 90-degree mark, and that humidity starts to climb as we head into next week as well.
But at least seeing some rain showers. We've been talking about how the grass is just so dead right now.
Yeah, so a little bit as we head late tomorrow, and the good news is overnight hours, so most of the daytime will be dry, so you can still get out and enjoy the weather.
All right, thanks so much, Natalie. Thanks for being with us right now. We are headed over to Fox 45 in just a few minutes. Again, Adam is out live right now at our food drive at the Dayton Mall, so be sure to join us over on Fox 45 as our coverage continues. Good night.